Hello, welcome to my messy and unfinished house tour. Come on in. Hello, it's Editing Ruth here. I just wanted to pop on and let you know that I've had to voice over this whole video because I basically spoke a complete load of nonsense whilst recording the other video, and I didn't want to put you through that. If you are interested in my deep secret hoarding habits, you're going to want to stay on till the very end to see that. We're going to go upstairs first. As you can see, the stairs are in need of some kind of flooring, and here we've got some car light bulbs, some seeds, bits that probably need to go to the recycling. You can see where I've tried previously started to strip the paint off. You have to use paint stripper because there might be lead in the paint, and I got bored and basically gave up. My idea was to paint the stairs and have a runner. I might actually go back to that idea because it's going to be cheaper than getting a whole carpet, and maybe I can get some of those tread carpets instead. So yeah, I'm considering going back to that. You can see the fake panelling that we did on the stair wall there, but it was quite tricky because the angles were not like 45 degrees, they were some confusing angles, especially these ones up here. And you can also see that the paintwork in this house is quite dodgy. It's had so many layers on it over the years that it just chips off and looks ugly. So really the skirtings either need stripping right back or they need changing for new. There I am, freeze frame. You can see behind me the wallpaper is wrinkled and there's gaps. I'll talk more about that in a moment. These pictures were created by my mum, who's an astrologer. She created birth charts and then her friend does the art, and I think they are rather lovely. You can see one of the gaps in the wallpaper here. I think what's happened is either I did it when it was cold and it shrank back, or I did it when it was too hot and the wallpaper paste dried out. I'm not entirely sure, but it's really bad on the landing. There's another one there. You can see where I've painted slightly. I tried to paint inside the gap, but it didn't really work. And really it all needs redoing, especially this bit here. What's that on the wall? I have a lovely round window, which is in need of some work as well. The paint on the inner rim keeps chipping off, and I feel like the only way to fix that is to get it re-skimmed with plaster. The Avino here, I left there on my way up the stairs to put back in my bedroom. Also on the landing here we have an easel and a guitar, both from my daughter's bedroom. We've got the cat bed, which is meant to be there, a step stool which is broken and needs to go to the tip, but I left that there. On top of the cat bed is another cat bed, for some reason a paintbrush. I'm not going to show you my daughter or my son's bedroom because it's their private space, but hopefully we will be doing some remodelling, redecorating in those rooms because my older son and his partner are moving back in. The joys of possibly having 6 adults living in a 3-bedroom house. Yay! I always knock into this shelf on my right here, and this morning I did that and I broke my picture frame. So that's quite annoying. I need a new piece of glass. But here is some Febreze, Christmas Febreze indeed, that's been left on the shelf. That doesn't need to be there. Okay, now we're headed to the bathroom. I absolutely hate this room. It's not a sanctuary, I don't like spending time in here. Obviously I have to for showers and such. Here is where I took the rail hooks that I used on my back door off of the bathroom wall. I had a rail here. I will put some hooks back in and put the rail back up. Should be a simple enough job, obviously, but another job to do. We've got some plants dying here. Great. And down here, despite having drawers underneath of this unit, people including me, we all just leave our cleaning and stuff on the top of the unit. Makes sense, doesn't it? The black stickers there I had sticking on a checkerboard pattern on the wall, but I decided that I didn't like that anymore. I actually hate all the white tiles in there. I just hate my bathroom. It's just the worst room. Hopefully the council will be round at some point to fix our bathroom and replace it, because we do have some damp and mould problems going on in there. Fingers crossed that that will happen very soon. This is our airing cupboard, which is usually nice and tidy. The towels are usually rolled up and the bed covers are usually folded. These are like spare ones. They're usually folded in the box and the box lid closed, but not at the moment. Also, why are these razor blades in here? I don't know why there's razor blades in there. They're not meant to be there. Another thing about this room that needs doing is this door needs fixing right up. It's got a lock where the screws are burred and I can't get that off, so I need that to be ground off with a grinder. I think I might be able to just pull it off. I've not tried. There are splits in the door and you can see where I filled in those splits. And also there are like hooks, metal hooks that were in the door that I can't get out because there's just metal stuck in the door. That all needs sorting out properly because quite clearly that door's gross. Moving on to my bedroom now. And again, you can see here on the door frame how the paint just chips away. Welcomed by a wall of coats and clutter. Yes, my bedroom is where things end up just being. That's all my partner's shoes down there. He doesn't have a space at the moment for all of his shoes. Down here it looks worse than it usually is. There's a couple of things waiting to go down to the tip and bits of rubbish. There's my vision board. That's our wardrobe, so we basically have two shelves each and share the middle shelf. The bottom and the top have storage, but I had to pull these bags down the other day, and as you saw earlier I broke my step stool, so it's hard to get these back up onto this top shelf, but I will do that later. I cannot tell you how much I really would like a proper clothes storage system. I'd love a wardrobe and some drawers and, you know, all of the clothing things. Maybe one day I'll get a dressing room, but for now I'll just have to make do with these couple of shelves. This is all stuff, so you may have watched my thrift and gift video. That's a lot of stuff that Nick gave to me which I haven't sorted out yet. Then we've got washing that is dry and clean and is waiting to go into the cupboards. I'm going to be doing a makeover on that chest that we had downstairs at Christmas. This is my partner's side of the bed with all sorts of stuff. He has a lot of stuff here waiting to go onto his boat and a lot of books about sailing, and you may have also noticed that we have boat wallpaper and his teddy bear there. The door for our clothes storage is a sliding door, which we bought the door mechanism from, I think, somewhere like Amazon, but the actual door is built out of an old pine wardrobe, and my partner did that during lockdown. So this is my side of the bedroom. You could tell because of all the makeup and hair stuff, and a lot of this is just where I've got up, got ready and left it on the side. It easily gets put away. In fact, I do put it all away regularly. Sometimes I'm really good at putting it away after I've finished with it, but not always. This cupboard was also built during lockdown out of two chests of drawers that we had in our bedroom. That's why those sliding doors that don't actually slide very well, that's why they've got like joined up bits of wood on them, and I didn't fill the gaps. I don't know why. I think I like the idea that it was made of old things. And I've definitely got too much stuff. Lots of stuff I don't use. That can all be gone through. those lipsticks there, they're like, I don't know, like probably 10 years old. Yeah, lots of stuff that I don't use. Some of these pots are full of wires, sunglasses case, nail files. I do use those, essential oils. Like I've got loads of stuff here and it can all be gone through and got rid of things that I've got duplicates of or don't need because it's just taking up space, isn't it? Welcome to the hallway. This end of the hallway looks particularly cluttery. It's apparently where I bring my plants to die. Over here I've got some shelves that I put up quite a while ago to put books on. I brought the empty bottle of mouthwash down with me when I came down to record this, and it stayed there for at least a couple of days because I kept forgetting to take it out to the recycling with me. Down here there's some baskets that I put up as a solution to keep dog leads, bits and pieces in, but they are overflowing as well. Some of the plants aren't looking too unhealthy actually, they're not too bad. However, this one in particular is not doing very well. I don't know whether I can take a cutting or not. There's a close error. Underneath you can see a wire, which is a laminator, and over here my pet hate is coat hangers hanging around the house. They should be in a wardrobe surely. Wow, it really is surprising how much worse the house looks when I'm recording it. The floor was painted quite a while ago, and obviously that's worn out as people have walked over it, and it wasn't sealed in or anything like that. It would be really, really nice to get some actual proper flooring out here because we've never had that. We do like to have hard flooring downstairs because we've got the dog. Where you can see all the shoes, that is a cubby hole that we created so that we could kick our shoes off and push them into the cubby hole. Unfortunately, that seems not to happen. Shoes end up more sort of around the cubby hole rather than in the cubby hole. The only ones that should be out are those sliders there because I use them when I sort of wander off into the garden. Most of those shoes are mine, but I'm pretty sure I didn't leave them all there like that. Nothing is quite finished, as you can see. It looks dirty and gross. There's a hole here which is where we collect dust basically, but I think that it's there so that we can lift the floorboard up if we need to. But I'm sure there's lots of other points where we could pick up our floorboards. This built-in situation here hasn't been finished. It's been waiting for the doors to be put on correctly for about 4 years, and once that's done, perhaps I could get round to painting it. Again, it looks tatty and shabby. This is the dog's bed here. It's messy. The dog, no matter how much I nag him, he does not make his own bed. This cupboard is a printer / stationery bits cupboard. As you can see, it's not very organised. 2 drawers there are meant to be one for cutty things and one for sticky things, but over the years they've got out of control. Where else would you keep a fishing rod but in the hallway? Onto the kitchen now, and it looks more like a laundry room, doesn't it? Yeah, stuff hanging around everywhere. And again, lots of coat hangers in unusual places in my house. This rope was put up to be an extra space for drying in the winter. We don't really need it in the summer though, do we? Because we could dry outside, so we should really take it down. This pile of clean laundry was left there from the night before. We hadn't put it away. Oh, look at my lovely flowers. My partner's mum grew these and she dried most of them out. The purple ones and the yellow ones are dried, but the blue ones aren't quite dry yet. I think they're absolutely lovely, and they go really well with some of the yellow themed pictures on my wall there. I don't know about you, but in my house there's loads of places that just become dumping grounds for everyday items. This mantelpiece is one of them, used specifically by my partner. This piece of brick comes from my partner's childhood home. It was in an outhouse, not in his actual home. He used to I guess it was like his bedroom, and he used to sleep in there, and he graffitied all over the inside. And as the building's being knocked down, it was salvaged and given to him. It says Eddie, but I think the middle two D's are a musical note, I'm not sure. Or maybe some legs. Does anyone else have a shelf inside their fridge that is just full of jars of unknown and unexplained items? I don't know what is in any of these jars. My partner is the cook and he probably knows. Up here we have a cupboard that we built in ourselves that's got more stuff in it. Possibly stuff that we don't need, very likely stuff that we don't actually need or indeed want. In fact, I think there's even some old medical supplies from my partner's granddad. The dishwasher had only just finished, so there was washing up on the side. We quite often end up with bits and pieces that shouldn't be on the side, like the sun cream, crease release, a paintbrush, jar, a roller. All of those should be put away somewhere or put in the recycling. Before we head out to the first area of hoarding, I want to show you this. I cleared out a kitchen cupboard a while back of some of our cups and mugs, and since then they've been left on this chair. That was probably about 3 months ago. Clearly I need to put some kind of systems in place, don't I? If you watched my door makeover, you know that I'm going to be doing these pipes very soon, returning them back to copper. Anyway, behind this door is one of our hoarding areas. You can see our beaded curtains there. That's meant to keep out flies, but flies don't appear to be very scared of beads. So this used to be, a very long time ago, a outside toilet area. There's no toilet in there now, but we put some shelves in to make it a sort of storage overflow area, but actually what we've got is some kind of unorganised hardware store. What should be in here is things like cat food, the dog food, mops, brooms, the iron, electric tools like drills and stuff like that, and then maybe like one small toolbox which should be this toolbox. But that's not what's happened. We've got all sorts of stuff out here. Like I said, I think we could probably open a hardware store. Moving on to our living room now. It's not usually this terrible. It's usually under control. Before recording this, I did empty my bag out onto the chair, and so that needs putting away. That's my tripod. The dog loves to stand over on the sofa, looking out the window and barking at any passers-by he can. That means that he makes a big mess of this sofa. The chair to the left is his chair, but he just enjoys looking out of the window. The coffee table is another obvious place for things to get dumped. Generally, it's me that dumps things here. That's my sunglasses, a hairband, my headphones, and for some reason a bag. This flannel, these get left around by my daughter, who, if she has a headache or anything, goes and grabs a flannel. Then there's my keys and my water and my teacup. This cupboard is what my partner uses. It's full of stuff. I'm not even sure what stuff, some paperwork, some other bits and pieces. I don't know what all that is. Down on the side of the sofa we've got an outsmarted game from Christmas. We've only actually played that twice, and it's from 2 Christmases ago, so we only seem to play it at Christmas. Then we've got records from my record player. Oh, look, there's some paperwork of my partner's on top of the record player. Some lovely plants. And Corbin looking out of the window, getting cross with somebody who's obviously quite clearly just going about their daily business. On this side of the sofa, there's a bunch of stuff that I've used for my work. Most of it should have been put away. It's paper, notepads, pens, that kind of thing, my laptop. I tend to sit in this chair to do my work on the computer, which actually kills my back. I should sit over on the desk that is on this corner of the room. Instead, over here we've got a hat, some fabric, some plastic drawers, for some reason a stick, and of course my rug that's waiting to go down. These are all photo albums that are waiting to go into this lovely new photo album, but I haven't done that even though I've had it for over a year. I think I'm just scared to get it wrong. On the radiator cover here we've got some bits and pieces left over from my daughter's birthday. I just don't really have anywhere to put them at the moment. I need to create a space for them. Perhaps I should have just taken them upstairs and put them in my bedroom, which is where lots of the bits and pieces that I'm not sure where to put go. One of the best things that we ever did, and also one of the worst things that we ever did, was put in this ladder loft hatch so that I could easily get up there, because it truly is the place where all our stuff goes to die. Every time that I sort out a room, do something, decorate, a child goes to uni or somewhere else and comes back, the stuff just gets put up here. It's proper carnage, and it's also about 1,000,000 degrees up here in the summer and -50 in the winter, so it makes it really hard to get up and actually get a temperature where you can cope being up here for very long. In my dream attic, I would have obviously all of the storage. It'd be lovely, organised. I would be able to get to things easily. I might even be able to use it for crafting or something, I don't know. This is my summer house shed. It was originally supposed to be my office space. I do keep things from work in here, from my social enterprise. They're kept safely in some tubs here. However, everything that doesn't go in the attic basically goes in this office. There's some willow there. There's some 7-foot willow there that is supposed to go to a local shop near me to pay them back for some that they let me have. I haven't taken that there yet. There's literally, there's absolutely everything in here. There's my Henry Hoover, there's an easel, there's some exercise equipment, there's tools, there's gardening equipment, there's crafting stuff, there's helium, there's old typewriters. I don't know what to do with it all. There's home decor. This definitely needs sorting out. And the reason that I don't use my shed as an office is because we did have electric in here. The roof got blown off during a storm and the electrics got wet, so my partner cut all the electrics off, and that was about 3 years ago, and they've never been put back. Down the side of our house we've got some very old and broken sheds. This one doesn't even have a roof on. We put the bikes in here and I've just left some gardening tools and stuff in there. We've got weeds growing through. It's not a good space. No. Before my partner got sick earlier this year, we did have plans to take down all these wooden sheds and replace them with metal sheds with separate doors for separate storage compartments so that we could be more organised in respect of the outdoor shed kind of thing that we got going on. This shed is another hoarder's paradise, isn't it? We've got a rug that should have gone to the tip months ago. We've got all sorts of stuff in here, paint, parts of my car, cement, all sorts of stuff. And it just needs to be sorted out, doesn't it? So now that you've seen all of our messy house, unfinished home, hoarding secrets, I give you full permission to judge away. Don't worry, I judge myself, but please just be kind because, you know, I don't want to cry. Making this video has really motivated me to try and get everything back in order in the house and in the garden. I usually am the kind of person who picks a day and I go all out all day, and then I get bored and I get tired and only part of the job gets done. So I'm going to try really, really hard to take very small steps, decluttering small spaces, doing the small jobs that need doing, making a cleaning plan, that kind of thing, and do that consistently so that it builds up over time and becomes a much easier home for me, particularly to live in. I don't know if anyone else cares, but I do. I really do care, because I get distracted very easily by little things that need doing, and that leads to me not leading my best life, not being as creative as I want to be, not working on the projects that I want to work on as much as I would like. So I've got to find a balance, and if you're interested, it'd be really great if you follow along. I'm hoping to do some plan with me, organise, declutter, clean, DIY videos along the way. Thank you so much for watching this. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!